glitz and glamour of South Florida serves as our backdrop for this Friday night under the lights at MLS Next Pro. It's a Southeast Division beach battle in the Venice of America, Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami 2 welcomes Chattanooga FC. Welcome inside Inter Miami Stadium along with our broadcast team. I'm Jake Griffith. Pleasure to have you with us. Inter Miami, they just looking to get off the schneid. They have not won going all the way back to last season, winless in their last 16. It's their worst start in club history. They welcome a Chattanooga FC side licking their wounds coming off a rivalry loss over the weekend against Huntsville City. It's losses in back-to-back fixtures for the boys in blue who seek their first road win of 2026. A look at the starting 11 shows us manager in an interim basis, Rodrigo Vargas, going with a 4-3-3 for this Inter Miami 2 team. They make 3 personnel changes across the starting 11. Those include the next pro return of Santiago Morales, making his debut this season, first MLS Next Pro start since October 5th of 2025 against New England Revolution. Santi Morales, the homegrown signing, 13 goal contributions in his MLS Next Pro career, breathing some life into this Inter Miami attack that has scored just 9 goals in 2026. It's been a slow start in terms of the offense for Inter Miami. As for the visitors from Chattanooga, Tennessee, manager Richard Dixon going with a 4-4-2. 4 personnel changes across the starting 11, including a late change. Yves Chaip was slated to start at the left back position. Mere minutes before this broadcast went on air, we were informed that Luke Husakiewski will instead start at the left back spot. It'll be the 4th start of the season for the former UNC Charlotte 49er. This is a Chattanooga FC team that they're looking for, in the words of their manager, some more defensive structure on the ball. Dixon had said, coming off their loss against Huntsville City, that he wants to see a bit of improvement there, how they transition out of their mid-block defense, then get into the attack. They feel like there will be ample space in behind this Inter Miami backline who likes to play that high line defensively. They do tend to give up a lot of opportunities in terms of counter-attacking goals. In fact, they've given up 11 goals in transition this season, 4 of those being counter-attacking goals. There is Richard Dixon there at the bottom of the screen, leading the way for Chattanooga FC. Trying to get them back in the win column, preceding this 2-match skid. They had wins against Columbus and Orlando City B. Columbus, a team Inter Miami very familiar with, not just because their former manager on the touchlines in Columbus, Ohio, but they were just handed a 3-1 defeat at the hands of Columbus Crew 2. Mario Maric is our center referee. He sounds the whistle. The ball's rolling in Fort Lauderdale, and that means we are underway on this Friday night. One of 2 games around MLS Next Pro, one of those already going final. A win for Red Bull New York against Toronto FC north of the border in Canada. That came at 11 a.m. Eastern time today. This is our only contest of the evening, and it's here inside Inter Miami Stadium. The Herons in the all pink, Chattanooga FC in the navy with the white stripes on the front, and they will guide this back to Tate Robertson, and instead Robertson cycles it around to Eldin Jakupovic. 9th start in as many appearances in MLS Next Pro play for Jakupovic. Nodded along and now in business quickly, trying to play this one central, and they do. Pass just a bit early though, and behind as it's cleared away by Inter Miami. And now we get a whistle for a stoppage. Has been sort of a roller coaster of a season in MLS Next Pro play for this Chattanooga FC side. They did have the run to the U.S. Open Cup round of 32, hosted MLS competition for the first time in club history at Finley Stadium, ultimately falling against Atlanta United in that round of 32 match. But in league play, they've had some good results. Mentioned earlier the win against Columbus, the win against Orlando City B. Did well for themselves against Eastern Conference leaders Crown Legacy now 3 matches ago. That despite a 1-0 scoreline. They went down to 10 men, promptly conceded. But Richard Dixon and company walked away from that contest feeling a bit high. In the words of Dixon, he said, at times we really didn't know how to feel about ourselves walking away from that, because they did hold the Eastern Conference leaders in check. thought it was, or at least showed, significant strides from their season opening contest against Crown Legacy. Dixon had said that at that time they were still trying to establish their identity, but Dixon and this coaching staff for Chattanooga do feel like they are starting to round into form in that identity, one that can get to goal quickly, one that does use at times verticality to their advantage. They have good structure on the ball. That one knocked out of play. Sorensen will have the throw in his 8th start in as many appearances. And he will toss that down deep into this near corner. Now it's Krell, dragged down. That will draw another whistle, something we've seen an abundance of less than 3 minutes in. It'll be Daniel Mangarov shadowing over top of it. A real tight angle here for Mangarov. Now Tate Robertson will join him as well. Mangarov ultimately backing off of this, and it will be Robertson, who had a goal in one of the 3 matches last year against Inter Miami 2. This is the first meeting of these teams in 26. Robertson stands this up, back post. Matthias Marine has to punch that away. And it will be a corner for Chattanooga FC. A well-weighted ball off the boots of Robertson, and that forces the young Marine into quick action. 7th start in net for Inter Miami 2 for Matthias Marine, the Inter Miami Academy product. Chattanooga FC, there have been no shortage of corners this season, 6th most coming here into match week 10, but they have not scored off a corner since their win against Connecticut United. Swung in low, line drive, deflected around. It's Jones that is, getting ahead to it. Now helped back along into the area. Barker John couldn't hold on to it. Second ball served back down, that over everyone's head. And now Marine will put a charge into this one. Orchidi wearing the captain's armband tonight. He tries to carry it forward, and he will win a whistle. Right there at the bottom of the screen, Orchidi just forcing Jones into a mistake, and Jones taking him down. Despite what has been a tough start through 8 matches for Inter Miami, they come into this with a real top lineup. We talked about Santiago Morales coming down from the first team, making his season debut for Inter Miami 2. They get Tyler Hall. They have Ido Zeltzer-Zubida, who is the team's leader in goals with 5. They also get Daniel Sumaya for just the 4th time in MLS Next Pro play. It's been the last few weeks of change for this Inter Miami team. They started the season with Rafa Perez along the touchlines. At the MLS level, Javier Mascherano as this slipped through and cleared away by Matthias Hanchard. Javier Mascherano departing his post as Inter Miami first team manager. Guillermo Hoyos taking over in an interim basis. He electing to bring Rafa Perez up to the first team staff back on April 18th as an interim first team assistant, and that gave way to Rodrigo Vargas, who started the year as Inter Miami 2's assistant coach. Vargas did say this week when I had a chance to talk to him that, yes, anytime you make coaching changes like that in the run of the season, it can cause a bit of a disruption, especially for a team like Inter Miami 2, who leans so heavily into their academy structure. But he said they've tried to keep the structure the same here for this young group. And it is Santiago Morales probing on that left side, trying to walk that line on the end line, and does successfully. Slid inside. Zeltzer-Zubida had it for just a moment. Zeltzer-Zubida, a name that Chattanooga FC fans familiar with, had a brace against Chattanooga FC in the 3-3 draw. One of 2 draws these teams played to a season ago. Boys in Blue do control the all-time series 3-1-2. They have won 2 of the last 3 in this venue, but have not won since March of 2025 to open the 2025 season. Here's Hall, good first step around the defender. Now Hall progressing nicely, funneled back out wide to Vorenkamp. Here's Theo Vorenkamp again. Looking to fight off pressure. Vorenkamp able to whip this ball in. Crawling all the way through. And Inter Miami will pick things up once more. Their ability to get their fullbacks high into the attack on the flanks, something crucial for Inter Miami. Here is Vorenkamp, one of those. They swing it forward to him. Tried to peel that back, and instead stepping into space, and that goes off the fingertips of Eldin Jakupovic, out for a corner. Vorenkamp thought he was setting it up to Ido Zeltzer-Zubida, instead connecting with Jojo Converse, who let one fly. Inter Miami, despite the scoreline 3-1, not in their favor against Columbus. They started fast last match week. Goal in the 9th minute to open it. Looking to replicate as they swing this in. Pinballing around, it falls to Vorenkamp. Abadi Areda, second ball served in. Too early there. And coming away unscathed is Chattanooga FC. A big thing these last few weeks for Richard Dixon, manager for Chattanooga FC. He has emphasized this team's ability to execute within their game model. That ability to force teams to play over and around their press, but get their attackers running in behind. This deflected toward goal, some real issues caused by Mateo Saha. And a hold your breath moment for Dixon and company over on these Chattanooga touchlines. Jakupovic, a much more decisive goal clearance to get play back underway. The Inter Miami press, it has, despite their win-loss record here in 2026, had some real teeth behind it. Their passes per defensive action rating, the second lowest among all teams in MLS Next Pro. And so the lower your PPDA is, the more intense your press is. Only New England Revolution 2 press more intensely. Way away from his home in goal is Matthias Marine. Angling that one forward where Tate Robertson will claim it. And he'll turn this forward over to Barker John. Yusukiewski back to Mangarov. Daniel Mangarov, a player that Richard Dixon talked at length about when we chatted earlier in the week, his progression as a player. Dixon said, hey, he's a really good footballer. You look at his numbers last year, 13 goal contributions in his rookie season out of Virginia, 8 goals of his own credit. And trying to play him through there, not in a position to receive that. Dixon said that they've challenged him to start the 2026 season. They want to see him take his man on 1v1 more. They want to see him grow in that decision-making. Not that he's bad there at all, but they feel like he has the capability to be one of the top 5 players in MLS Next Pro. Abadi Areda trying to get past Damian Barker John, unsuccessful there. Does win a throw in. Cesar Abadi Areda, he along with Daniel Sumaya, both guys out here tonight for Inter Miami too. They were on the bench in the 4-3 shocking loss in the Florida Derby for Inter Miami at the first team level last MLS match week. Preston Plambeck joining them. Sumaya and Plambeck signed short-term call-ups just prior to that match. Daniel Pinter also on the bench. They were all unused substitutes in the 4-3 loss, but Abadi Areda does lead all Inter Miami 2 players with MLS appearances this year. Here's Vorenkamp, handcuffed defensively. Mangarov trying to clean things up for Chattanooga, and will just clear that out of play. Inter Miami will have the throw. Vorenkamp just sizing up his options here. Long toss into the 18, headed down. John trying to run on top of it, and instead of Abadi Areda there is to pick the pieces up. One thing that Inter manager Rodrigo Vargas emphasized earlier this week was that you are going to see this Inter Miami 2 team, when in possession, express a lot of the same ideas that you would see at that MLS level with Guillermo Hoyos now managing Inter Miami. Vargas was adamant they want to play the exact same type of game that the first team does. Here is Tyler Hall carving an opening. It's Hall going for goal, parried away by Jakupovic. And Tyler Hall worse for wear after that shot attempt. Second save for Eldin Jakupovic. Both have been crucial. And some one-way traffic on this end in favor of Inter Miami. But a whistle will go against the Herons. So look at this shot again. A lot of space over on that right side. Hall was able to just run right past Sorensen and put that shot on target. The switch over, here's Tyler Hall, dropping in for some defensive coverage. They're starting him at that central midfield space tonight. Expect to see him cover a lot of ground, right now playing more on the right side of the pitch. He is a player that started his career as a back, really moved around in a lot of different positions. The Inter Miami homegrown and former MLS Next All-Star has. A real adaptable guy for this Inter Miami second team. Sumaya able to carry it on. Took a deflection off the Chattanooga defender. Nearly won back by the Herons. And smartly, Sorensen will play this safely back to Jakupovic. Out it goes, change of possession will occur via that throw in. 15 minutes deep into this contest, and Inter Miami, they own the only shot on target, only two rather shots on target. One back by Chattanooga. They'll play this forward to Carell on the right. Carell cuts inside. Carell going for goal. A reflex save made by Matias Marine, and it will be another Chattanooga FC corner coming. Alex Carell, he's a guy that Richard Dixon's been high on this year. Came in a newcomer in 2026, and Dixon said he's got a big body, able to use his size to negotiate space. Most importantly, they feel like he does such a good job helping secure the ball high up the pitch, securing a corner here for Chattanooga. Mangarov, the service, the heads go up. Gotta poke that one toward goal, sailing high. And there was a hefty collision on that near side of the penalty area. Pair of players going down, one for either team. Play will continue on as Jakupovic will roll it forward. And now Robertson will switch it. Good find forward. Here's Ashton Gordon. Gordon gonna shuffle past Tyler Hall for space and will draw another whistle. The former Atlanta United man, acquired in the offseason on the loan from Atlanta United 19 appearances. Another attacking half set piece loading here for Chattanooga FC. Just under 30% possession so far in these first 18 minutes for the boys in blue, who coming into this contest had a bit of a drought in terms of goal scoring, had not scored in 203 consecutive minutes. Last goal they've scored came in the 67th minute against Orlando City B in that win. Longest scoring drought since April through May of last season. Mangarov looking to remedy that. He stands over it. Mangarov fires this back stick. A whistle will end it for Chattanooga FC. This broadcast is presented by Royal Caribbean, the official vacation partner of Inter Miami CF2. Press starting to find its footing here for Chattanooga. Inter Miami having some issues playing out of the back and now nearly coughed up there. Richard Dixon had described this team's mentality the last few weeks. That game model he had talked about, we referenced earlier, how they press the football, crucial tonight for Chattanooga FC. Weaving in and out of traffic, that is Morales. Santiago Morales, the former FC Dallas Academy man before jumping over to the Inter Miami Academy, helped the U15s win the MLS Next Cup a few seasons ago back in 2022. We'll guide this over to Marine. 24 saves in 2026. He has been one of the bright spots for this Inter Miami team. Comes into match week 10, 8th most saves in MLS Next Pro. Back forward they go. Here's Morales on the right. He'll flash this one across goal. The clearance not there. It's left off and it's hammered in. Who else but Ito Seltzer Zubida, his third goal against Chattanooga in the last 2 seasons. 1-0 Inter Miami. It's a good ball in from Morales. The clearance not the best there for Chattanooga. Sarsar was able to get a piece of it, but too many numbers in and around the area for Inter Miami. And the Herons draw first blood in this Southeast Division clash. Rodrigo Vargas said more than any tactical thing in this match, he just wants to see a high work rate from this team tonight for Inter Miami. Wants to see a refusal to give up on the play. All of it there for Miami, who are out in front at home, and now Chattanooga FC left searching for a response here on the road. A goal in the 21st minute to run Zeltzer Zubita's total to 6 on the season, and that will move him into a tie. Now a 7-way tie atop the Golden Boot race. He came in with those 5, tied with Tommy Mahalik out at LAFC, Chase Adams for Columbus, and Marcus Caldera for Minnesota United for 7th most goals in the league. Morales flanked by 2 defenders, one of those being Husakiewski. Trying to move that ball forward, instead intercepted. And Barker John tripped up the midfield space tonight for Chattanooga FC, something that has been self-described as crucial in this matchup. They want to deny the half space tonight against this Inter Miami team, and as they have done throughout the season, they do want to try to create those overloads in the midfield. As Mangarov sandwiched there. And it will be another whistle as Chattanooga progresses back down the pitch. Another attacking half free kick, won by Daniel Mangarov. Just 3 minutes ago, it was Cito Zeltzer Zubita striking first for Inter Miami 2. The difference maker so far. Robertson stands over this, ready to take. Lofts it forward, trying to catch the head of Husakiewski. Does successfully, and Husakiewski able to win a corner. Well-placed ball by Robertson. And Husakiewski doing the rest, just heading that one down off the back of Tyler Hall. One of the best ways to try to get back into a contest when you're down. Set pieces. Chattanooga FC adhering to that ideology. Already their 3rd corner of the opening almost 25 minutes. Robertson whips this in near post. It's falling around inside and ultimately cleared away. Now off to the races is Inter Miami. Zeltzer Zubita trying to play it in behind. Hall goes down, there's no whistle. There's outstanding recovery defense from Chattanooga FC. Now we do get a stoppage as Tyler Hall has yet to make his way back to his feet. Play will resume off the drop ball from Mario Marek, and play is back underway. Almost a half hour elapsed in this contest. Inter Miami 3 shots on target, and they want more. Up ahead, here's Vorenkamp operating on the right. This portion of the match is brought to you by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of Inter Miami CF. Baptist Health welcomes you to experience the warmer side of care. Arkady trying to dislodge that ball. It was Krell who came up with it initially, and now ricocheting around before Nicolas Almeida will settle on it. Now we do get another stoppage for an injured player. That is Damian Barker-John, who went down. The trainers will be motioned on here for Barker-John. The team's leader in shots on target per 90 minutes, second most goals on the team as well. Barker-John back to his feet, and this is what sent Damian Barker-John down and brought us to this stoppage. Keep an eye on number 9 right there, the center top half of your screen. Almeida was looking for that square switching pass, and instead it caught the head of Damian Barker-John, who is going through the protocol now. Barker-John, the former Huntsville City man, spent some time with Real Monarchs in 2024 as he will walk past that boundary line on the far side under his own power. Also did a loan spell with Phoenix Rising of the USL Championship during that 2024 season. Been a real productive player in his MLS Next Pro career. Over 15 career goal contributions across now 3 clubs, as being his third in Chattanooga FC, who, until Barker-John is able to rejoin the boys in blue, they will play down a man for the moment as play back underway. And Barker-John will trot back on. Meanwhile, here is Inter Miami. Helped along over to Vorenkamp, pass behind Okiti. Get the touch off, and now Gordon will reset things. Barker-John shuffling past 2, tried to play it back centrally over to Mangarov. The telegraphed pass and intercepted by Inter Miami. Over a half hour elapsed. It's Inter Miami 2, the opening strike in the 21st minute. Trying to add to that tally now. Here they are transitioning into the attack. Morales, the late whistle that comes in, and Santiago Morales able to win a free kick. Morales just speeding right through the heart of the defense. This Inter Miami coaching staff, they had said they wanted to attack that middle of the defense tonight for Chattanooga FC, trying to create overloads of their own. That time attacking it and setting themselves up with a free kick. From some distance out, the angle though straight on as Ito Zeltzer Zubida just tacked on his 6th goal of 2026. Stands over top of it. There was a yellow card that came out. Isaiah Jones will go into the book. Morales will float this one forward. Vorenkamp puts it toward the target. And Jakupovic will promptly roll it back out after his 3rd save of the night. Minutes down, Inter Miami 2. They have come out with a game plan in mind. They have imposed themselves early on, and now playing in behind. It's Vorenkamp. Flag stays down, and Jakupovic will make another save on Theo Vorenkamp. Miami, they are a team that can be dangerous when they do get vertical. Third most long passes completed in MLS Next Pro. So going the direct route and over the top of Chattanooga's defense. You'll notice the way that Inter Miami have been able to move that ball vertically in this contest, and speed in which they're moving it around, be it side to side, what have you. It has forced Chattanooga to back off their press just a little bit. Now starting to shuffle numbers higher up the pitch. Miami, they find it forward. Morales, he'll turn it upfield, out wide. Options around, going for goal. Jakupovic getting another piece of that one. That's a good ball forward from Santiago Morales. They started him on the left wing tonight, but he is dropping in on their build-outs. And that hold-up play, you see that pocket of space that opens up on the left side. Setting things up nicely. Trying to catch Chattanooga sleeping off the set piece. This hit from distance won't make its way through. Urquidy back ahead. Here's Morales. Morales trying to play it into the path of Urquidy on that underlapping run, who will run onto that ball. Too many touches though. And out it goes for a Chattanooga FC throw-in. Long toss ahead from Robertson, glancing header forward, trying to spring Mangarov free. Mangarov will roll it ahead. Here's Ashton Gordon. Gordon looking for that cross, found it, but it was intercepted. And now cleared away by Inter Miami. Won't make its way to the midfield stripe before it's played ahead by Chattanooga FC. Carell, the hold up over to Mangarov, looking for the cutback toward goal and batted away. Daniel Mangarov, the ultimate setup guy for this Chattanooga FC side. Time a seeing eye ball top of the 18 to the late arriving Husikiewski. Husikiewski has had a couple good moments. You always have to wonder about a player who they get thrust into the starting 11 at the last moment. Husikiewski, of course, a talented player, but he has come in and made an immediate impact. Helped set up a corner about 7 minutes ago off the long pass on the restart from Robertson, and now setting another one up with a shot on target. Chattanooga, they go the short route. Sorensen back to Mangarov, put in front. Deflected out again. Consecutive corners here for the boys in blue. Pushing and shoving over on that far post, and Mario Maric, he's seen enough. Mangarov will go back to the well on this corner. Mangarov in swinging, ball headed down, but wide of the near post. Corral got a piece of it. Couldn't put it on the target though. And that was something that plagued Chattanooga in their loss against Huntsville. As Corral getting right underneath that service, and you see the frustration evident on his face. They had 9 shots taken in the penalty area, Chattanooga did. 30 touches inside the Huntsville 18-yard box last match, but 7 of those 9 shots went off the target. Also, we're somewhat unlucky as well. Had one plunk off the crossbar. They did have a penalty in the 67th minute. A chance to level things at one apiece after going down a goal that it was saved. The Damian Barker-John penalty was. Combining in the central space. Mangarov and Ashton Gordon were. Short-lived spell of possession, though, for Chattanooga. An even shorter spell of possession for Inter Miami, who turn it over. And it's controlled at the feet of Eldin Jakupovic. This Chattanooga FC team, they, being an independent side at MLS Next, but the independent teams tend to trend older, more physical, have more experience than some of the Next Pro teams, like an Inter Miami, who dip deep into the academy structure in terms of roster construction. It was something that Rafa Perez, previously manager of Inter Miami, had highlighted earlier in the year prior to their match against Core FC when he and I spoke. And he said they look forward to these opportunities this Inter Miami team does. Play older, veteran-laden teams like a Carolina Core, like a Chattanooga FC. This one, Jones deflected away. Worked back along by Husakiewski. Glancing header to set Robertson up in behind. Robertson stops. What a lovely setup. Mangarov back through. Gordon, it's parried away. And a 17-year-old Matthias Marine coming up massive each and every time Miami have needed him. That time slamming the door on Ashton Gordon. Inter Miami pinned back deep here, looking for a release. They're not going to find it there. Sarsar stepping in front. Can't hang on to it, though, and now Miami racing in behind. Chattanooga trying to get numbers back. Here's Inter Miami. They'll flick this one on. It's Saha. He'll stay on this end. Sorensen will knock it out of play. And Vorenkamp will have the throw. Long toss back in by Theo Vorenkamp. There was a header away from Isaiah Jones, and ultimately a whistle will sound from our center referee. Inter Miami right now enjoying 72% possession in this opening 40 minutes. Just about 5+ added time to go until the halftime whistle sounds. One of the ways that they have been able to control the tenor of this contest, their transitions have been very crisp. Rest defense, something important for both of these teams tonight. And Inter Miami, when they're winning the ball back, immediately they're getting 2 and 3 runners going forward, racing past some of those final defenders for Chattanooga FC. This portion of the match is brought to you by Lowe's, the official home improvement partner of Inter Miami, CF2. Converse elects to reset this back to Sumaya. Sumaya, the former Inter Miami U19 Academy product. Came on in a big way last year as the offside flag will come up and end the opportunity for Miami. 18 appearances, 16 starts, almost 1,500 minutes for Sumaya, who makes his 4th MLS Next Pro appearance and start of the young 2026 season. All teams just about 8-9 fixtures deep into this campaign. Yes, it may be early, but if you're Inter Miami too, you want to start trying to put some results together. This was a team that in 2024, they did reach the postseason. Not their only MLS Next Pro playoff appearances. They'll play it back to Sumaya, but no team in MLS Next Pro history has ever started winless in their opening 8 fixtures of the season and gone on to make the MLS Next Pro playoffs. Tossed up ahead, here's Barker John, splitting 2, now Barker John in on goal, it's Barker John! The centering pass was there, no one on the receiving end. Damian Barker John, he's a player that Richard Dixon had said is so important for this Chattanooga FC team. They were so glad to bring him in the offseason, called him a guy that impacts the game anytime he has the ball at his feet. You see why that praise so high from Chattanooga's manager. Meanwhile, it's Inter Miami back on the move. The give and go over to Borenkamp, slid out of play by Sorensen, and it will be another Miami throw-in. Inter Miami up to 6 shots on target of a 7 total they've attempted. Well, ultimately toppled off the challenge from Urquidy. Ido Zeltzer-Zubida, his goal, the only this contest has seen to this juncture, 6th of the season. But if you're a history buff, that moves him to 13 career goals for Inter Miami too, officially breaking a tie with Yuval Cohen, who is on the bench tonight for Chattanooga FC. Available for selection, is yet to appear this season. The former Inter Miami 2 forward has for the boys in blue. Had elbow surgery in February of 2026. Was on the bench over the weekend against Huntsville. Did not come on in that contest. Yet to be seen if he will appear tonight for Richard Dixon and company. Ended up finishing with a goal in 6 appearances last year for Chattanooga FC. Came over in the mid-season on the acquisition from Inter Miami. Finished the year overall with 4 goals in 20 appearances for 2 Next Pro clubs. Helped along, it's Saha trying to run that one down, unable to do so. Those aforementioned 13 goals for Zeltzer-Zubida in his career, good enough for 4th most all-time in Inter Miami club history. This is a club whose history does predate its time in MLS Next Pro. Officially 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first 45. Began play back in 2020 as Fort Lauderdale CF in USL, rebranded as Inter Miami 2 when making the jump over to MLS Next Pro for the league's inaugural Next Pro season back in the 2022 season. Knocked clear. No coverage in behind here, and running onto it is Urquidy, almost overrunning the ball. Taken down by Hanchard, and it will be a late free kick here for the Herons. Chattanooga, they've been content tonight at times to play a bit of a higher line defensively, hoping to get more numbers into that attacking half. The downside of that is, on that turnover there, a prime example, acres of space in behind. Urquidy almost running onto it, but nonetheless setting Inter Miami up with a free kick here. Morales shadows over this ball. Morales drives this over to the far side of the 18 and read well by Eldin Jakupovic. We get another stoppage. There have been an abundance of whistles in this first 45 minutes and change. A real physical affair in this first 45. These are teams that see each other 3 times during the campaign. The return trip for Inter Miami on Independence Day, July 4th. They will make the trek to Finley Stadium. It's one more trip for Chattanooga FC to this venue here in 2026. July 31st to close out the month. Barker John on the turn. It's past one defender and now a second. Some options here for Damian Barker John. Elects to go to the byline, puts it in front. Turned away by Inter Miami again. Not deep enough of a clearance though for the Herons. And Mangarov will recycle this ball. Hanchard. Back out wide he goes. It's Robertson wanting the cross, blocked away and thumped clear by Abadi Areda. It'll stay here. Chattanooga FC will have the throw. Robertson, the toss ahead. There's Krell. The lift back into the mixer. Sarsar there initially. Ricocheting around, it's Gordon who will whip it along. Sarsar trying to get underneath that one. Cleared away, and there is the halftime whistle. We've reached the break in South Florida, and the home team, Inter Miami 2, leads it. Our score at the half, 1-0. Coming up in our halftime report, we get to know a talented young player carving his own path in the Big Apple, and an announcement that will shift the landscape of MLS Next Pro, plus highlights and stats, all that after a brief timeout.
Yeah, boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Welcome back to Fort Lauderdale. Well, there's no shortage of success stories in MLS coming out of the New York market. Another solid young player is making his way with NYC FC. Let's get to know Arnau Farnos.
I think for sure was my mom. She was the first one to know it because she was working, and I sent her a message and I was like, please don't call because we have a meeting right now. But like I have to tell you, like they just told me like they want me to sign first team deal. So she was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was definitely my mom. Hi, I'm Arnau Farnos, and I'm a midfielder / winger, and I play for New York City FC. When I signed here with the second team, my goal was always to be part of the first team, and since the moment I got drafted, that was my goal, that was my dream. And nothing is easy, you know, so that's why you have to work for it. Every call-up is an opportunity, and I'm thankful for the coaches to give me those opportunities. But like, it's not about the games, it's about every day, how you practice, how you prepare yourself, physically and mentally. And when the opportunity comes, that you have to be ready and know that if you have the opportunity, you have to prove yourself. They push you a lot, which is a really good sign, but they also have a really good connection with the team, special connection with the players also, and they are open, which is also important for a player because it gets you confident when you play and when you train. And he was always super close, coach and all the staff, and give me a lot of confidence to me. And that's why I feel like I'm super happy for being part of this team, for the confidence from the staff and also from the players. One of the things, for example, Nico always says when he's here is like, and I've took it from all the players as well, but like, you are doing what you like and what's your passion. So coming here to practice, you are privileged, you know, having this job, because you are doing something that you really like and you really can, you grow with it. And coming here every day, yeah, there is people working for you, for the treatment, they are cooking for you, and how many people would love to have and to be in the position that you are right now. So I would say just enjoy the moment, push yourself in the moments that you have to push yourself, and yeah, enjoy. Super excited at the moment when I saw the ball going in. I kind of didn't believe it at the beginning, but after it was like a happiness feeling, you know, especially after with all my teammates, like they congratulated me at the end of the game, and everybody came to support me and saying congratulations, and it was a really happy moment and a special moment in my career. I think I had a lot of good coaches in my career. I would say probably when I was at Celta, I would say Claudio. But I would say my best moment playing soccer was the decision to make here and go to college. The 4 years at Oregon State with all the coaches I had and all the staff I had, they really helped me develop myself physically and mentally. And I think it was the step that I needed in order to be a professional soccer player. So I'm super grateful for the opportunity that Oregon State gave me. Keep supporting us, keeping showing ourselves, keep coming to our games, because probably right now we are not having the best, we are not in the best moment of the season, but we're for sure gonna come back, and we're for sure gonna give some happy news soon to the fans.
Yeah, boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon, open up doors, I'm a gentleman, view top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them, running on fumes and adrenaline, do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette, you can't name a better duet, don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound, don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next, man I say it so loud, don't worry about what next, just know we got now, oh yes, man I say it oh so proud, don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Very excited to be here officially. You know, I helped out a little bit last year. You know, I really enjoyed my time working with the players, working with the staff. So, you know, I'm glad to be able to be on staff full time and be involved. Towards the end of my career, I started thinking about what, you know, I wanted to do, you know, post playing, and, you know, coaching was something that for a while I didn't know if I wanted to do it. When my kids started to get a little bit older and I started doing it with them, you know, I started enjoying it, and I thought, you know, I had a lot of knowledge that I could pass down to, you know, young players. That was kind of an easy decision after thinking about it. There's lots of different things that I can teach them from my career, but also, you know, the mentality, you know, the intensity, the winning mentality is what I want to bring to the young guys, because they're going to need that. I played at a high level college, and I was still like a little bit overwhelmed when I first got here, you know, and it's the adaptation. If you don't do it quick at that time, then you were kind of out of the system. But now I think, especially with the academy and bringing those guys up and then moving into a environment like MLS Next Pro with North Texas, then I think it's a big jump in the quality of, you know, everything that is involved with this. And I think it's huge for developing players. I think there used to be a lot of guys who kind of got pushed out of the system if it wasn't working right away, but now those guys maybe get a second chance. and can develop into good players. Yeah, it feels good. I mean, it feels like home. Like you said, I've been here for a long time. I know a lot of people here. You know, I knew John beforehand. I knew a lot of the other staff beforehand, and even some of the players I still know. So it's just nice to be back in, you know, a familiar environment and be able to give these players my knowledge. This year, I think my goal is to improve our defensive solidarity. Obviously, I want to try to improve individually the players in the defensive line, help them improve their tendencies. But, you know, as a unit, I want our group to be solid and to give up less goals. That's always the goal. And for me, that was like my big thing as a player throughout my career. I always wanted to give up less goals, and I think that's something I want to pass on to these defensive players.
Back in Fort Lauderdale, we're at the half. MLS has agreed to a deal that will see global investment firm KKR make a strategic investment and partner with MLS Next Pro. What does that mean? Well, KKR will inject capital into MLS Next Pro with an eye on growing the league and its footprint around the continent. In conjunction with MLS, the partnership will oversee commercial strategy as it looks to move the 27 MLS-affiliated Next Pro teams into new markets with an eye on building brands within those communities and seeking stadium development deals. We will no doubt see and hear more about this in the coming seasons. Really exciting stuff for the future of MLS Next Pro leadership. Earlier this week on a podcast said that they've identified perhaps even as much as 150 markets across the country that could be able to be tapped into for MLS Next Pro. Well, our match is at the half. It's 1-0 Inter Miami. However, there have been plenty of matches to reflect back on around MLS Next Pro. The fixtures and the results coming fast and furious, including earlier today, Red Bull New York taking down Toronto FC. That moves Red Bull New York into a tie atop the Eastern Conference table. Both Crown Legacy and Red Bull New York 23 points to start the season. And both of those teams unbeaten in their first 9 fixtures of the year. 4 teams across MLS Next Pro have gone unbeaten through their first 8 or 9. 2 in the Western Conference. They'll meet this weekend. St. Louis and Houston, the other 2 in the Eastern Conference. The Baby Bulls and Crown Legacy. As for our slate of matches to come, well, there are plenty of them this weekend. The action will pick back up tomorrow with a 4-pack. The aforementioned Crown Legacy side, who have started 6-0-3 in their first 9 games of the year and set the league on fire with 27 goals scored. They get the 11th place Chicago Fire team on the road. Chicago trying to kick the tires on their season. Mike Matkovic's team, a playoff team a year ago, but a slow start right now for Chicago Fire. Then the action again picking up on Sunday with an Eastern Conference battle. NYC FC and New England Revolution 2 will battle. Those are the matches that were and the matches to come. As for our match at hand, let's bring you up to speed with our halftime highlights. Just one goal to note in the first 45 minutes between Chattanooga and Inter Miami. First meeting of 2026, and it was Inter Miami asking a lot of questions in the opening 45 minutes. This shot from distance there, Converse gets a piece of the hand from Eldin Jakupovic, who had a couple of saves, including that one there, parrying it aside. Chattanooga FC, they would try to return the favor. Here is Alex Carell striking it from distance, stopped by Matthias Marine. Then this played into space, a poor clearance, and left off. Ido Zeltzer Zubida firing Inter Miami into the lead for his 6th goal of the season. That came in the 21st minute. Inter Miami, they have chances to double that advantage. This one up ahead and in behind. Vorenkamp stopped by Jakupovic. The hold-up play good. Another opportunity in transition. That one goes skipping wide of the target. Daniel Mandarov on the other end. He cut this back. Husakiewski trying to pick out that far corner. Closed off again by Marine, who made another big save here just before the halftime whistle, stopping Ashton Gordon. And that is where we stand through 45 minutes. 1-0 Inter Miami. We'll head to break when we return the opening kick of the second half.
Yeah. Boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud, don't worry about what next. Just know we got now, oh yes. Man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
The unique energy of a Sunday night. Ideal for calm music, whispers, stargazing, reflection, and a relaxed environment. Sunday nights were made for this.
All prepped and ready to go for half number 2 and right on cue. There is the whistle. Back underway for the second 45 minutes between Inter Miami and Chattanooga FC here in Fort Lauderdale. Glanced along, back into the possession of Matias Marine, who turned in a solid first 45 minutes, 3 saves for the 17-year-old. His opposing netminder on the other side, Eldin Jakupovic, 5 stops of 6 shots he faced. Mengarab able to come up with it, was trying to work it back out wide, and instead, across the touchline, it goes. Trying to play this one forward. Jumping on it is Farid Sarsar. Badiareda able to carry it forward. They'll get it back to Cesar Badiareda. Now Urquidy opening things up. He'll play it centrally. Here's Seltzer Zubida, the lone goal scorer. Turn forward, Mengarab ahead, Grell. Now back to Mengarab. The layoff here for Barker John. Good interchange of play. Ultimately driven clear. One thing you are starting to see this season for Chattanooga FC, sort of that evolution of tactical ideology. Last year under manager Chris Nugent, a very defensive focused, defensive forward team. And they're gonna necessarily put up 3-4 goals on you, but they were gonna stymie you defensively and suffocate you. They still have that ability as this one rolled over to Marine, who will clear it away from danger. But one thing that Richard Dixon has talked a lot about this year for Chattanooga is adding different wrinkles, new layers in training to this identity of Chattanooga. If you go back to their match against Orlando City B, they started to employ a bit of a midfield press, midfield trap and chase mentality. And one thing it does is it does allow Chattanooga to prevent the game from getting stretched out, getting expansive. It allows them to have more numbers going forward. It was something that was pointed out by the Section 109 podcast, the podcast that covers Chattanooga FC extensively. It does add a level of dynamicness to this Chattanooga attack, and those are sentiments that Richard Dixon has echoed throughout the year, their ability to, when they win the ball back high, having those numbers on the ball, in front of the ball, to be able to transition quickly forward. Kind of not seen a lot of transitional moments tonight for Chattanooga FC, but the few they have had have bore some fruit for the visitors. Sorensen surveying. He'll go forward with it to Ashton Gordon. Just chased off the ball there by Tyler Hall. In the first half, Tyler Hall did go down for a few brief moments, was able to continue on. And now here's Damian Barker-John carving through the heart of the defense. Give and go, seeking Barker-John. Gordon back into his path. Nearly ran out of room. Inter Miami, the protests go unanswered by Mario Maric. And it will stay on this end. Sorensen will have the throw. Sorensen, the 23-year-old from Haiti, backing up for this long throw in. Something that Chattanooga has used to their advantage. Scored off a long throw against Chicago. Angled in toward Husakiewski. Fell back to Mangarov, and now trying to get it back to him on that corner of the 18. Turned over and transitioning quickly is Inter Miami. Boys in blue hustling to get numbers back, and they do. Almeida, the Floridian and Inter Miami Academy product. Go ahead with it, ultimately careening rather back to Matias Marine, and Almeida will come up with it again here on this near side. Parents being a bit more plotting in their build out. Good combination there to create some space. Now heavy collision. Barker-John goes spilling down to the natural grass, and that will be a booking. Barker-John had already earlier in the first half suffered a knock, and this just a hefty challenge applied. Abadi Areda trying to charge in to keep the possession for Inter Miami. Second yellow card of the night handed out. First against Inter Miami 2. And it is Cesar Abadi Areda going into the book. One thing that Chattanooga FC have not done, Richard Dixon, he had said that because of the man marking structure of Inter Miami, they felt like Chattanooga did, that they would have opportunities to perhaps, if they were able to rotate this ball around, maybe use the square ball, they could pull players out of position. They haven't done that so far on a consistent enough basis. Had some ideas when getting into the attacking half, just haven't been able to properly express them so far. Mangarov on it now. Roaming around out there, just trying to find some option. Elects to switch it, and there is space to step forward. Here's Husakiewski. Back ahead, Barker-John. Robertson operating on the right, providing the width. Back inside, it's Barker-John. Jones. Still Jones, over to Robertson. Now Husakiewski. Got the cross, will step in. Husakiewski flings it back stick. Barker-John trying to head it down. Mangarov still on it and dispossessed by Vorenkamp. Cleared away successfully by Abadi Areda. Jumping into action, here is Zeltzer Zubida. Abadi Areda now making his 62nd MLS Next Pro appearance of his career tonight. First of the season. Did have a goal against Chattanooga FC across 3 appearances against CFC back in 2025. Almeida. Marine will go forward with it. This was an area that Inter Miami had success in the first half, picking those spots out with their long passing, completed 40% of those long balls going forward, including one, a Theo Vorenkamp chance that was parried aside by Eldin Jakupovic. Marine, a dangerous pass back. Krell was breathing down his neck. Barker John on it now. Krell turning, wanted to lift it in behind. He's been marked tightly by Daniel Sumaya. Here's Abadi Areda. It's past one, almost turns it over. Now Inter Miami do turn it over, at least for the moment. Abadi Areda. Zeltzer Zubida trying to play this into the path of Morales. Morales trying to roam free, avoid that trap over on the near touchline. Forces Isaiah Jones into a tough spot, and Jones committing the foul. Closing in on the hour mark elapsed here in South Florida. Inter Miami just a little over a half hour away from securing their first win, should this result hold, of 2026. Closed out the end of the 2025 campaign without a win over their final 8 contests, 5 losses, 3 draws, and then opening the initial 8 of this season seeking a win. Driven up ahead, space here for Abadi Areda. Abadi Areda across laterally, top of the 18. Chattanooga were ready for it. Barker John will win another whistle. Damian Barker John, he's been the recipient of some heavy tackles. Sarsar, the former Inter Miami defender back in 2023, plays it forward. Chattanooga will get a throw in out of it. Onto it is Barker John. Not Barker John, rather. Gonna drive forward with it, turned away. Here is Robertson, now Husikowski. Product of the Colorado Rapids Academy. The cross in from Robertson. All over it is Matthias Marine. Young Matthias Marine, the American native of Florida, as Almeida will get another whistle. Marine has played very well in goal. Not just the big save capability that he has displayed tonight, but also his reads off the goal line, quick reaction time, his ability to be involved in the build-outs. This is something that, going back to last season, you look at Inter Miami at the MLS level, their MLS Cup winning team, Rafa Rios Novo was able to use his distribution at times to help get Inter Miami forward, something they try to use Dane St. Clair for as well. It's so crucial in the modern day of football to have that netminder, that goalkeeper that can use his feet. And Marine, he's also showed off that ability to read and claim crosses tonight as well. He's helped shut down a couple Chattanooga promising builds in toward the final third. Out wide, Gordon able to get past one defender, and now out and running is Chattanooga. Early ball in, seeking Barker John. Miami, they keep it in. Chattanooga will put it back in front, deflected, back to Barker John going for it. Couldn't get it on target, and it will be a goal clearance to resume play. The actions for Chattanooga when getting into the attacking half, they have been productive in terms of chance creation. Richard Dixon has said throughout the season that he has been pleased with his team's chance creation. They just have lacked that ruthlessness so far tonight. Of their 8 shots, 6 of them have been in the penalty area, 17 touches. They're back on it now off the turnover. Barker John gonna play it in behind to the streaking Mangarov. Canceled out there by Almeida, and Zeltzer Zubida will hack this away for a clearance. Robertson able to backtrack. Saha was all over it. Chattanooga having some issues getting this ball forward. Matthias Hanchard, he goes down. March will bring this contest to a stoppage. Trainers will come out. Sorensen trying to lend a hand there and help stretch the legs out of his ailing teammate. It's a triple change coming on for Richard Dixon as Matthias Hanchard will make his way over to the substitution area, unable to continue on. Alexis Sarua will charge on. Yves Chaya will join him. And for the first time in 2026, Yuval Cohen will come on. Cohen, a return to Inter Miami Stadium after spending a portion of last year with Inter Miami 2, and prior to that spent the entirety of the 2024 season. Play will resume off the injury stoppage. 3 fresh set of legs on for Richard Dixon and Chattanooga FC at the restart as we have crossed over the hour mark played. Yves Chaya, he was late removal from that starting 11 at the start of this contest. Good to see him out there here in this second half. Arua trying to fight through challenges. Advantage is played here. Now Barker John up ahead. It's Mangarov. Gonna play it back through. Barker John at the end line wanting the cut back. Couldn't find it. Almeida will clean it up. And it's Inter Miami's turn to possess. And we get a stoppage. It'll be an Inter Miami free kick. Santiago Morales surveying his options. Miami, they have done well for themselves tonight to be able to counter very quickly when turning Chattanooga over. It's forced Chattanooga to have to run, get coverage in behind several times. They've gotten that coverage in large stretches. Morales lofts this out wide. Vorenkamp will head it down in front toward Hall. Hacked away clear. Spun ahead toward Yuval Cohen by Daniel Mangaroff. Cohen able to straddle that stripe. His service ahead though, left short. Stepping in front of it. And now helping Chattanooga FC transition forward. That's Isaiah Jones. Will be a free kick for Chattanooga, courtesy of that solid run there for Isaiah Jones. Player that Richard Dixon described as, yes, he's young, he's still learning, but he's getting the consistency that he needs to develop at one position since coming over after being acquired by this organization here in 2026. They're playing him more as a 6 here this season. And you just saw one of the things that Richard Dixon loves the most about him. They say he covers a lot of ground. Robertson, the take on the restart. Drops this one out wide. Pinballing around in front, tap toward goal, and it's in. The hand is up though, and the offside flag will come up, dashing Chattanooga's equalizer and wiping it off the board. Robertson, he's had a couple of difficult services for the defense to handle. Swinging that one to the far side of the 6. Marine had come out, but Chattanooga unable to hold on the right side of that restraining line. No goal. Inter Miami staying in front and now looking to double. Morales will cut to the inside. Too many numbers back in coverage for Chattanooga. And it will ultimately be a foul committed by Santiago Morales. Pushed up ahead. Here's Yuval Cohen. Was into his path, but just out of his reach. Abadi Areda gonna get past Tate Robertson. Official says no foul, play on. Just to continue to battle on this outside channel. And it will go the other way. Change of possession will occur via the throw in. Abadi Areda, he a productive player in his next pro career, getting to cut his teeth with the first team now. 3 appearances in MLS action this season. At least at the academy level and the MLS next pro level, this is an Inter Miami club that puts a lot of emphasis and focus on leaning heavily into development. They do obviously catch a lot of attention for the international players they have brought in. Of course, Leo Messi comes to mind, Rodrigo De Paul, but earlier this season they did have a match against Charlotte FC where 7 academy products started in the same contest. It is a point of pride for be it Rafa Perez, Rodrigo Vargas. They talked a lot about that as that one goes deflecting off the center referee. Play will come to a stop. Back to Inter Miami though, those coaches in Vargas and Rafa Perez, especially Vargas earlier this week, he really lit up when he had a chance to talk about young player development in Miami. Jones. Now on to Chiap. Chattanooga FC trying to ask some questions here of this Inter-Miami defense. Jones will go down. It's another whistle. Another free kick awarded. Just about 15 minutes into this second half. Actually, well over the 15-minute mark. A chat here between Farid Sarsar and that assistant referee over on the near side. Jones able to draw the whistle here. This broadcast is presented by Royal Caribbean, the official vacation partner of Inter-Miami CF2. Changes will come on, first two of the night. As Ido Zeltzer-Zubida, his night is done, and he gets a well-deserved standing ovation from this crowd. A couple of talented youngsters coming on to spell Cesar Badiareda and Ido Zeltzer-Zubida. RJ White, with the last 7 seasons in the Inter-Miami Academy, will make his 4th appearance of the year. Nassim Jenna, the young 17-year-old, one of the highest risers in this academy system. He will make his 3rd next pro appearance. It'll be Robertson at the restart. Drives this back stick, headed over the bar and out. Another quality service here from Tate Robertson. Put a lot of strain on the set-piece defense of Inter-Miami tonight. Still, though, Chattanooga FC looking for that elusive breakthrough. Have to go all the way back to their match against Orlando City B in the 67th minute, the last time Boys in Blue found the back of goal. Camp now, kicking out Almeida. Nicolas Almeida ahead. Morales wanted to play it through that central space. Robertson on it. Play an early ball in, out wide. But too early there from Robertson. Mangarov not able to run in on that ball. Let's give Chattanooga FC a chance to put a lot of numbers in this defensive half. One area that this Chattanooga FC coaching staff wanted to try to do tonight was not just turn Inter-Miami over by speeding them up, but overload those wide spaces, use the flanks to their advantage. There's Chiap carrying it forward. Has his pocket picked, though. Now acres of space here to move for Inter-Miami. Morales trying to play it up ahead, looking for Jenna. Lost his footing, but will track that one back down. And will win a corner out of it. There's that work rate coming up again that Rodrigo Vargas had emphasized his biggest message to the team. He described it when we caught up this week. I want to see this team play a complete 90-minute match. They've had success in fits and spurts throughout fixtures, but not been able to put it together to get across the finish line. They'll play the short option in. Second ball, booted, back stick, charging in is White. And Jakupovic is there. Arua. Move that one quickly forward enough, and back on it again. It's Miami countering here. Morales will track that one down. Almeida now. Back to Morales. He'll flash this one out wide. Hall on the other side of it. And Garov looking to hit this going forward. Racing ahead there was Yuval Cohen. First to the punch though. R.J. White able to knock it out of play. White, his fourth Next Pro appearance of the year. First MLS Next Pro appearance that he has not started. 3 starts under his belt for Inter Miami 2. Giant will cycle this out wide to Robertson. Robertson puts it in front of the 18. Going a bit too heavy of a touch. And now back again, they find Vorenkamp racing ahead. Chiap trying to run him off the ball, unsuccessful. Vorenkamp still on it now. Theo Vorenkamp waiting. Loading up, this from distance, it's Jenna. His shot turned aside. And it will take a fortuitous Inter Miami bounce across the end line. It will be a corner for the Herons. All of Inter Miami's goals this season that come in the run of play. I've had an abundance of corners coming into tonight's fixture. It's just their 3rd of the night, 30th of the season loading here. The outswinging ball, Hall, first contact. Still ricocheting around and finally driven clear by Inter Miami. Made a bit of a tactical adjustment as this contest has carried on. Urquidy, even though he started on the left side of the midfield in the first half, you see him there 55 wearing the captain's armband. He has pushed at times into the attack, but they are starting to drop him more into almost a defensive midfielder role. Chiap taken down by Vorenkamp. And it will be another free kick for Chattanooga FC. It's been another match for the boys in blue where they've created what one would think would be enough to find at least one goal. 3 shots, 11 total shots, those 3 going on target as Robertson will just thump this one ahead. You look at their ability to get movement, get numbers in and around the area, 23 touches inside. It will be a corner here for Chattanooga FC. Maric signaling that it did take a deflection off somebody on its way out. But Richard Dixon, he spoke at length this week. He said, look, yes, it's been frustrating not having a goal the last few matches. Mentioned that they've created good chances, but he said that as a coach, you just have to keep that morale high. And has been telling his team, if they put the shots on goal, it'll be a different story. You likely could pick up the 3 points. In-swinging ball here. It'll fall out the other side. There's another whistle. An official pointing. Right here on the right side of your screen, Farid Sarsar muscled down, and it will in fact be a penalty here for Chattanooga FC. What a swing of momentum here for the boys in blue. Just an awkward, clunky play from a defensive perspective if you're Inter Miami. Sarsar, you drag him down inside. The Herons continue to plead their case to Mario March, the center referee, who's having none of it. And Tate Robertson will step to the spot to face off with Matthias Marine. Well, this doesn't give you a feeling of deja vu if you're Chattanooga, who are 2 for 4 from the spot this season. Had a chance to level over the weekend against Huntsville and were denied. Robertson to take, to level, and does! Tate Robertson, when they needed him most, putting Chattanooga FC on level terms, 1-1. This just no-nonsense penalty taking. Cool as you like in a pressure spot for Tate Robertson. His 6th career penalty goal. Whistle on the other side. Richard Dixon for Chattanooga FC. He talked about Chattanooga's ability to get numbers in the penalty area. So it's been a big part of their success this season, but mainly because of the profile of players they sought out in the offseason. It comes via a set piece that initially set up that penalty. Here's Robertson going down and will promptly peel himself back up. But it's their ability to crash the mouth of goal that has created so many opportunities scoring-wise for Chattanooga this season. That time it was Farid Sarsar streaking in, putting the defender in a bad spot, had no choice. Had to take him down some way. Ended up conceding the penalty as Chattanooga will make 2 more changes. Nathan Kohler will come on, Anthony Garcia on as well. And Chattanooga, they are out of changes now. All 5 have been utilized. Miami, they will counter with a pair of changes as well. Nash Dearman, Diego Rey. One of those 2 aforementioned changes for Inter Miami has charged on the pitch. Being Nash Dearman. Still awaiting the second. Could be a little bit of confusion there between the 4th official and the Inter Miami bench. And now those changes will be made for Inter Miami too. 9th appearance of the season for Diego Rey. Chattanooga, they've been asking some questions of Inter Miami here in this second half. The possession numbers closer to about level than what we saw. It was a lopsided number in favor of Inter Miami. Boys in blue, they've sat in on the ball more. They've moved it around with a little bit more intensity. And they finally have their goal. Comes from the penalty spot, and it levels this contest. This portion of the match is brought to you by Ergo Next Insurance. Simple, because it matters. Povic goes long with this. Fly in and make contact was Garcia. Did successfully, not a down. And Morales will work it back along. Keedy. Kuski able to come over, knock that away from Nassim Jana. On it is Barker John. He'll funnel it back down. The former Austin FC man Garcia hits this back post. Makarov in the vicinity, and Dearman will just nod that one out of play. Quickly put back in. They were seeking Cohen on the throw in. Povic again drives that one forward. Did take a deflection, ultimately falls to Barker John. Barker John, he hasn't impacted the game in terms of the offensive side of it, but he has found other ways to impact the contest tonight. 7 touches in the penalty area, has a couple defensive actions, 5 passes in the final third. Here's Garcia, cut back in front. It's Cohen trying to go for goal. Couldn't make its way through a crowd of bodies. To Miami tonight, they have been adept at stepping into those shooting spaces and lanes for Chattanooga. 3 blocked shots tonight for the home side. Momentum right now under the wings of the visitors from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Capitalize on some of that. Cohen goes to ground, able to knock it free, but building here is Inter Miami. It's Converse over Morales. The advantage played. Morales stopped by Jakupovic. That's where Inter Miami have had success tonight, forcing the turnover in the midfield, using 1-2 passes and getting in toward goal. Chattanooga, they'll switch it. There's Garcia out wide. Garcia, Barker John took a deflection, and it will be a corner for Chattanooga FC. Garcia coming on moments ago. He's had some good runs. A real pacey guy on the right side. A yellow will come out, shown to Matias Marine, who, when the signal came in from our center referee that it would be a corner, he was apoplectic. Immediately ran off his line. Mangarov, he's been the trigger man on these set pieces. Mangarov drives it to the back post. Second ball served in, knocked away by Inter Miami. Back ahead, here's Mangarov. The setup back over to Barker John, who's on it now. Barker John trying to poke it towards goal, and out it goes. Another corner here for Chattanooga. This portion of the match is brought to you by Lowe's, the official home improvement partner of Inter Miami CF2. Mangarov will go back to it again from this near flag. Mangarov lofts it into the mixer, and Marine is there. Space to move for Almeida. Ray dropping in a bit, trying to help create in this midfield. Ahead they go. It's Converse. Still Converse now. Converse ridden down. This will be a whistle. And it's a free kick for Inter Miami. They've asked a lot of Joseph Converse this season. 9 appearances, 8 starts, including tonight. He's put a lot of work in on the defensive side, that time making it happen on the attacking side. A crucial whistle won by Converse, the former Inter Miami Academy midfielder. He didn't play a season ago, despite being rostered prior to this year. Last appeared in 2024, but now he stands over this ball. There will be 7 minutes of stoppage time. Converse, the offering goes way high and out of play. Converse, that one just carrying up on the right foot of JoJo Converse. He's had a productive season. He's worn the captain's armband at times for Inter Miami. A layoff, Mangarov trying to pick that one out over the top. White thrust into action, has to slide that one out of play. It'll be another throw in toward this final third for Daniel Mangarov and Chattanooga FC. Options here at the end line, pushing it in front. Arua got the touch to it, hacked out of play again by Inter Miami. For so long in this contest, even as Chattanooga continued to push for the equalizer, it did feel like Inter Miami had the answer, but now suddenly, these last 10 minutes, there's a real feeling of the Herons just trying to hold on. Marine will pounce on that cross. Back down the pitch they come. It's Chattanooga FC. Mangarov tripped up. It's another point to the spot. Inter Miami can't believe it. A hushed silence in Fort Lauderdale. On that underlapping run, you see Mangarov flying in. Richard Dixon, he'd made a point earlier in the week to talk about Daniel Mangarov's running in behind, how crucial it is to the success of Chattanooga FC. And now a chance here to convert their second penalty in the span of 13 minutes and perhaps steal one on the road. It'll be Farid Sarsar. Boys in blue 1 for 1 tonight. Sarsar, the step up and scores! The script has officially been flipped in South Florida. Down a goal, now up a goal. Chattanooga FC lead. Just the casual stutter, the run up, and burying that one against his former club, Fareed Sarsar. Breaking Miami hearts on this Friday night. And what had been a frustrating evening prior to the 80th minute for Chattanooga on the offensive side. They created so much, couldn't find that elusive goal. Suddenly, the boys in blue have turned the tides on the road in just 2 minutes until the full-time whistle. Morales now. Parker John making contact. Santiago Morales staying down. Santiago Morales not just going down, but staying there as well. Trying to inch himself on the other side of the boundary line, right there from that Miami technical area. The players have some of those cramps to deal with as Converse will drive this into a crowd headed wide of goal. And no danger presented by that. Chattanooga FC hitting the road on the heels of consecutive losses. Richard Dixon and the boys in blue, they entered the week, and the message to the coaching staff was just look within ourselves, execute in our game model, believe, and the results will come. As Inter Miami will make their final change. Samuel Basabe will come on. Santiago Morales unable to continue on. It will be a late free kick here for Chattanooga. I've gone over the 7 allotted for stoppage time. Waiting that whistle for Mario Maric. Out it goes, and it will be a throw. Coaching staff for Chattanooga FC, though, told this team that they believe in the game model. So one last push here for Inter Miami. Bleeding the fans are for a handball whistle. Official checking the watch. He shrugs off the protests, and there it is. It is full time in Fort Lauderdale. A stunner. 2 penalty goals converted in the final 13 minutes of the contest. And Chattanooga run off winners on the road. A man of the match worthy performance for the man in the center of your screen. Fareed Sarsar is your man of the match, presented by Adidas, converting the winning penalty in 90+4 stoppage time. Just walking right up, striking it well, and sending Chattanooga FC home with all 3 points. Fareed Sarsar, your man of the match. The catalyst tonight for Chattanooga, helping the boys in blue halt their 2-match losing skid, and they are victorious for the 4th time in 2026. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Jake Griffith. Once again, our final, Chattanooga FC 2, Inter Miami 1. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season. Log on MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Good night from South Florida.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.